Hey guys, you're ugly, okay? You can never smile again. You can't drink out of a straw. Your hips are ugly. Your ears are ugly. You're too dark. You're too pale. Your eyelashes are too long. Your eyelashes are too short. Apparently, according to TikTok. Today, we're going to be looking into this chaos of beauty standards, looksmaxxing delusions, anti-aging paranoia, all of the fun ways that the internet tries to convince you that your face and body need to be fixed. But spoiler alert, they don't. But before we go any further, click the subscribe button. I'm not asking you to. I'm telling you. Do it now. Click the button. Let's start. Let's begin with this woman, Lisa Yo.
Tried Korea's latest beauty obsession ear fillers, and the results are shocking. If you've seen my TikTok about the ear tapes, you already know the look everyone is going for these days in Korea. After trying out the tapes and loving the result, I decided to get fillers to make my ears bigger. I went to Hugo Plastic Surgery, which is super popular among Korean celebrities and influencers. Explaining the ear shape I wanted, first I got a small anesthetic shot to reduce any pain. They even gave me a cute plushie to hold.
Aw, a plushie. That makes this situation okay. Because it's cute.
Just look at the difference after doing one side, oh my god.
I have actually seen videos of girls tape their ears back because they're insecure about how their ears stick out. And now it's in to have your ears sticking out. What's next? If the next thing is to not have ears, are you going to surgically remove your ears? Here she is getting some more treatments.
Cute outfits you need to get on Temu.
Yeah, girl, you should not be getting anything from Temu. Also, I hope she's eating enough. That is what I think is more concerning.
Use my bonus code LISEO25 for 5% off on YesStyle.
So this is interesting because Lisa is not a Korean woman, but she has gotten many procedures to achieve a certain look. She has responded to the allegations, right? People saying that she's trying to change her race. She says she's not. She says that she's proud of being Russian and Mongolian. Now, first of all, I am not completely anti-cosmetic procedure. I feel like if you want to tweak something, go for it. I don't think Lisa here is just tweaking though. But I do think it's an issue when people hop from one trend to another. It's not like shopping for a new pair of jeans. You're injecting things into your face, into your body, or you're getting surgeries based on what's in. If you see that your patient has had so many procedures, that should be a red flag. Her viewers have pointed out how she seems to have a fascination with Korean beauty standards, the makeup, the style, and she also seems to be very underweight. So while she seems to be trying to perfect her appearance, I sure hope that she's also prioritizing her mental and physical health, because chasing trends like this is exhausting. No matter how much filler you put in your ears, it's not going to fix what's inside. And speaking of chasing trends, let's talk about skin bleaching. We're gonna start with one of the craziest videos I have seen in a while. You're not ugly, you're just lazy. Here she is trying to whiten her skin, saying, yes, I use it on my face too. Hashtag whitening, hashtag skin whitening. Lazy for what? Embracing your natural skin tone. It sounds like you're saying having darker skin equals ugly, so you're lazy for not trying to bleach your skin. And then in other parts of the world, in the West especially, right, we have people frying themselves in tanning beds or pouring on self-tanner to look darker. God did not make a mistake. You don't need bleach and scrubs to fix yourself. We have another one titled Most Racist Ad in the World.
Style mara, par kanda bana.
सिर्फ पोज मारोगे तो कंधा बनकर रह जाओगे हैंडसम बन बंदा बन
नया फेयर एंड हैंडसम फेयरनेस क्रीम मर्दों की सख्त त्वचा के लिए इसका 5 एक्शन फेयरनेस सिस्टम दे लॉन्ग लास्टिंग गोरापन.
And now he gets not one but 2 women because he's lighter. My dad used the Asian skin bleaching sunscreen on accident. That's the thing, you will probably end up looking like Michael Jackson.
Across the Philippines, women have reported signs of mercury poisoning. The culprit? Cheap whitening creams that often sell for a little over $1. Tony and I tested every cream they bought.
Way beyond the limit.
Jar after jar contained mercury at illegal and alarming levels.
This is my full fake tan routine for a very pale person with pale Irish skin.
There's a science-backed way to make your skin more tan.
I guess in either of these cases, if you're doing it for yourself and you just feel like, wow, I look better when I'm a little bit tanner or a little bit lighter, okay. But please, please, please make sure you're just doing it for yourself. Focus on what actually makes you confident, not what society says that you should look like this week. Next up, we're going to be talking about plastic surgery. Now again, I'm not anti-plastic surgery if you're doing it for the right reasons. What are the right reasons? You're doing it for yourself. You're the one who's going to have to live with that new face or that new body. You will have to live with the results and the risks. But again, if you're doing something just because it's trending or because it's someone else's idea of what's beautiful, that's a problem. So many people end up regretting it because yes, there could be complications. Maybe the thing they were trying to fix was never actually their face. It was their self-worth. But surgeons are not magicians. They should also be asking the patients, why are you doing this? Are you in a good mental state right now where you can make this decision? Are you aware of the risks? Have you done your research?
If you were my daughter sitting here, and I'm kind of acting like that right now, because I imagine my little girl sitting here right now, I'd be going crazy. You're trying to look like a friggin' cartoon character, which is not real, okay? If you continue down this path, you're gonna ruin yourself. It could affect your health. That's the most important thing, and you can die from it. I'm not gonna even examine your nose. If you touch your nose right now, you'll ruin your face. You're too young and beautiful to do that.
Because if someone walks in and they're asking the doctor to change their race, or that their chin is going to cure their depression, or they're sobbing during the consultation because they were just dumped, the doctor should not schedule the procedure yet. They should be recommending a therapist.
I look like Michael Jackson. No. Right now. No.
Again, they brought up Michael Jackson. I also want to discuss Looksmaxxing, which seems very dystopian at times. We have young teenage boys submitting photos of themselves to be rated. No, that one cannot be real. What is going on? Start school at 8, me at 7:60? 40 minutes left? Is that a joke? I hope so. What is that? Your GPA is crying for help and you're mewing or whatever this is. This looks like you're possessed. And it gets worse. Now they're filming strangers in public. The potential. Oh, this is weird. This is so weird. Maybe he's okay with the way he looks. Not everyone is a little NPC in your glow up game, and you should not be doing that. Oh yeah, you know what I would do if I were him or if I were her? Weird. If you want to spend hours of your day focusing on all your flaws and constantly looking in the mirror, okay, you can do that, but don't bring strangers into this. Looksmaxxing one night at a time. Is she wearing a corset to sleep? How do you sleep? The comments, this makes me sad. Girls, drop all your Looksmaxxing glow up tips in the comments. I go first. Lose that weight first, girl, before hoping something else will save you. I think you should go to class and then practice your... This is literally that first meme. Looksmaxxing is perhaps the dumbest, most chronically online trend I have come across. Just go outside and look around. You'll see everyone has imperfections. No one is perfect. And I do not think the solution to become more confident is to spend $300 on a Looksmaxxing course for a random guy or girl to tell you to chew more gum or sleep like a corpse. Because God forbid you roll onto your side and you get a wrinkle, not a wrinkle.
Using all of the most popular Looksmaxxing glow up tips to see if they would make me more attractive.
He looks very happy in this video.
Open UMax to get my before ratings. My overall is a 67. Now let's see if we can reach my full potential. Step 1 is getting a new haircut that matches my face shape. Step 2 is getting clear skin by adopting a high quality skincare routine. Icing my face to reduce overall puffiness.
This is giving Patrick Bateman.
In the morning, if my face is a little puffy, I'll put on an ice pack while doing my stomach crunches. Then I apply an herb mint facial mask.
But there is no real me.
Cutting out sugar and junk food.
I hope that was just for the video, because he could have at least given it to someone.
Step 3, the eye area. Trimming my eyebrows for a more defined look.
He say a more defined look?
More defined look.
Oh no, he said mortifying look. Trimming my eyebrows for a mortifying look.
Step 4 is getting a sharper jawline by chewing a tougher gum to work the jaw muscles using a gua sha. Now let's get my new ratings. I went from a 67 to an 88.
Okay, well, if that made you happier, this is what you guys remind me of, this video.
I've purposely let myself fall off track to show you guys how to glow back up in just 15 days. So I'm here to help you make fast and real progress.
What would we do without you? Thank you for your service. You're so naturally pretty. I drink 2 liters of water, never miss a skincare routine, never consume dairy. I love milk. I could never. Eat probiotics every day, focused on balancing my hormones 24/7. 24/7. You are balancing your hormones. Okay, interesting. Sleep with mouth tape. How do these people sleep? They're putting things on their face. I don't know. That looks like torture. I think for a lot of people, this is not self-improvement anymore. It is paranoia. Not all, but especially a lot of the guys, they don't want to look like a better version of themselves. They all want to look like an army of copy and paste handsome Squidwards. Speaking of these men, some are shaving off their eyelashes because apparently having long eyelashes is too feminine. That's so interesting. Why would you do that? You guys know that eyelashes serve a purpose, right? It's to prevent debris, dirt, dust, bacteria from going into your eye. That's why the eyelashes are there, to capture those things so they don't go in. And you just shaved it off. So you can send that before and after photo to your Looksmaxxing guru. And some want them longer. Those guys putting green tea. Okay, careful with any oil next to your eyes. I don't believe this one because he doesn't have eyebrows either, unless those are also too feminine. Normal human features are being treated like flaws. So speaking of that, let's talk about body hair. That's where the Rachel Zegler drama comes in. Now I know we talked about Rachel Zegler a lot with the Snow White movie. I was not a fan of that movie, nor was I a fan of her attitude and her message to Trump voters. But the meltdowns over her back hair, that was crazy. People were posting zoom-ins of her back, calling her a Sasquatch. It had nothing to do with her acting skills or the movie failing. If you hated her performance, fine. Critique that. I did, but acting like her body hair had something to do with it or some scandalous reveal, that's very odd. Oh my gosh, no way that's real. Oh, it'd be real. Yikes! Rachel Zegler was cast as the wrong princess. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your back hair. So many men have clearly never seen a woman up close in their whole lives. Well, not all women have back hair, but some women do. This may come as a surprise to you, especially if you're a man, so you may want to sit down for this. But adult human females have body hair. Yeah. On their legs, on their arms. Less than men, of course, but it's there. Some even have it on their stomachs and backs. If you have good hygiene, you're clean with or without a razor for men and women. Or you may prefer a partner that shaves. That's cool, that's your preference. But shaming random people for not shaving, that's very strange. Again, having preferences is completely fine. But online, when you see, oh, well, I don't like women with body hair, that's okay. But that's something that you should tell your girlfriend, right? If it really bothers you, if you have one. And if you don't have to worry about that. But it goes both ways. You obviously see this more with the men, but sometimes you'll see women also critiquing the guy's appearance, like, oh, I only date guys with facial hair. I only date clean-shaven guys. I don't like his body type. I don't like that body. No one asked you, girl, especially when it's under a celebrity's post. He's not asking you to date him. They don't know you exist. I don't think they care about your opinion on their shaving habits. So there's definitely some narcissism here. Have your preference, but don't act like it's a universal truth and everyone has to cater to that. Here are some more of TikTok's insecurities, right? Hip dips, they come up with something new all the time. So the inward curve on the side of your hips that literally everyone has to some degree, because that is how bones work, is problematic. It's sad to see so many people spiraling over something that is completely normal or looking for ways how to fix this. It's not an issue.
Well, if you did not know, these are genetics and I can't go to the doctor and be like, please take some bones out, pop it that way, pop it this way. I can't do that. This is how my body's built and I think it looks great, and hip dips are very normal. Body's built.
If you have hip dips, if you have cellulite, if you have stretch marks, these are natural things. There should be no one on this earth putting down another woman because they've got something that God created, and you already know God made you perfect in his own eyes.
Exactly. Your body is not the problem. It's your screen time. If this is affecting you, if you're looking at the newest trend of what's okay and what's not okay, what needs to be fixed, you need to get off TikTok, because you'll see that in the real world, there are so many variations, so many different body types. No one is perfect. The fact that Charli XCX and Lorde are getting hate across the internet on their Met Gala looks for wearing less makeup and having less work done is so dystopian and scary. So here's Charli XCX. So this is either no makeup or a very minimal makeup look, right? And here's Lorde.
Lorde looks so old. She looks so tired. I can't believe she's 28. This was some of the most disappointing comments that I've ever seen under Met Gala content. We as a society have just become so expectant to see tweakments and surgery as the norm.
A similar thing happened with Pamela Anderson and her no makeup look, or she's wearing very little makeup again. That's so refreshing. Now, I'm not really a fan of these three women, but I do think it proves that so many people are used to the airbrushed Instagram filter type look. We have men and women complaining when someone is getting too many procedures, is wearing too much makeup, but then they don't wear any makeup and they're aging naturally. And that's also a problem. So that's why you can't win if you're going to listen to other people. Do what makes you happy. And finally, another delusional branch of the beauty industry, anti-aging. 35-year-old who looks like teen reveals his secrets.
I'm 35 and many people ask me if I don't smile or laugh to prevent fine lines and wrinkles, and it's not true. I do laugh and I do smile. This is how I laugh without using Botox and for preventing fine lines and wrinkles.
I think that's fake. I hope that's fake.
And smile lines, I hope my smile lines get deeper and deeper and I laugh more and more. And I just think aging is like it can be such a beautiful thing. Might I get a facelift in 10 years? Might. Yeah.
At least she's honest.
The woman didn't smile for 40 years to avoid aging. This Christian dreaded wrinkles, so from the age of 10, she stopped smiling and showing any emotions. Now at 50, her skin is flawless.
So she is not flawless. She looks good, but no one is flawless. And it is not worth it to never let yourself smile. To never let yourself laugh.
I've learned to control my facial muscles, she says. Everyone asks if I had a Botox, but I haven't. I'm certain the secret to my success is that I haven't smiled since my teenage years. I don't have a single wrinkle. Are you ready to suppress emotions for the sake of beauty?
No. I'd rather enjoy my life. It's okay to cry. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to be human. You're naturally pretty. You don't need all that makeup and skincare. The nature. Okay, so I guess her point is that, oh, wow, okay. Oh, keeps going. If this makes you happy, okay. The mystery to me is how do you actually fall asleep with all of that on?
Skincare mistakes to avoid if you want to age like a fetus, coming from a 40-year-old board-certified dermatologist.
Age like a fetus? No one has a problem with that? No one finds that weird.
Here's some things that I do to slow down the aging process as a 14-year-old. I started doing most of these things at 12. Here's the updated version of the things I do to slow down the aging process as a 15-year-old.
Are they going to get younger and younger? Are we going to have babies doing this routine when you're closer to your birth than getting your first wrinkle?
My 82-year-old grandma's daily face yoga exercise to stay young and healthy.
Grandma looks great. But she also looks like grandma.
And prevent neck sagging, training more throat muscles, and sharper jawline.
Imagine someone walking in on you doing that.
Ironing along the smile lines to relax those muscles to prevent deeper smile lines. More ironing on that area.
Yeah, I'm in fact not okay with the anti-aging obsession. Speaking from experience, it's literally the pinnacle of mental illness brain rot. I wasted years of my teenage life never going in the sun and wasting all my money on skincare. I limited my effing smiling time. Any grown woman who promotes this lifestyle to children is sick and needs to get offline. Let yourself exist, let yourself age, get a grip. If I had to choose between never smiling or laughing again or looking like Baba Yaga, I would choose Baba. She's iconic, I don't care. It's such a blessing to be able to laugh, to find the joy in life, to express your emotions with others. Why would you stop yourself? POV going to sleep in your 30s.
I don't know if I like it.
And the audio is, I don't know if I like it. Well, then don't do it. Who are you doing this for? Waking up in your 30s, daily shed, anti-aging, straw. Oh no, wrinkles. We are scared of sipping beverages. One sip and you're sent to the retirement home. You know what? I say enjoy your smoothie with a straw. You're supposed to age. Yeah, it's okay. Actually, not everyone gets the chance, so be grateful. And with the wrinkles, that means you laughed. Sagging? Welcome to gravity. Yeah, that's a thing. It is not the end of the world. Chasing some frozen poreless version of yourself is exhausting. No matter how many creams, fillers, surgeries you get, you're not gonna look 20 forever. Or sorry, I guess the goal is like 14 now, a fetus. If you're walking around with the mindset of, I'm hideous. Oh, you don't get it. You don't get it because I have 3 heads and I look like a swamp monster, so you don't get it. Pretty privilege. You know what? You will be miserable, not because of your face, but because of your mindset. If you're focusing on your jawline not being TikTok approved, you will be unhappy. You cannot measure your worth based on what strangers think of you online or in the real world. But my hip dips, but my wrinkles, but my eye bags, but my body hair, who cares? It's your life, it's your body. Even the most beautiful people are not universally liked. You cannot be everyone's cup of tea. Impossible. Also, trends change. People age. So what's the answer then? Start with mental and physical health, because that's what actually shows on your face and body. Get enough sleep, drink enough water, work out, eat real food, reduce stress, go do something relaxing. Take care of your hygiene, smile, laugh as often as you can. Again, that is a blessing. Enjoy your life. Take care of yourself, but stop aiming for perfection. You are not a filter. You are not AI. You are a human being. And that's all for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, then make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell. Also like, share, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.